Guys, welcome back to Smart Education Tech. So today video we are going to discuss about data types in Java, what type of data in Java, what type of data they were storing into Java. So let's get started. So the data types is what is the data types? The data types is used to specify what type of data and what kind of data will be stored in the data. So there are two types of data in Java, that is a primitive data and non-primitive data. Let's discuss one by one. First, let me discuss primitive data. So the primitive data is used to store and verify a primitive data such as numbers, characters, and boolean. As you can see in this diagram, we have a primitive data which have a eight type of primitive data, that is a byte, short, int, long. That is called an integer type of data, and the float and double is called as a floating or decimal type of data. So the size of the data is byte have the 1 byte size, and the short have a 2 byte size, and the int have a 4 byte, and the long have a 8 byte size. So float have a 4 byte size, and the double have a 8 byte size. So the reference is the float will be storing the decimal type of data in the small range, and the double have a 8 byte because they are also storing this decimal type of data. But the data will be, if you have a long type of data, that condition you have to use double. And also the default value of this data type is byte 0, short 0, int 0, long 0, and the float have a zero point 0, and the double have zero point 0 values. That is the default value of the data. So also we have a char have a 2 byte size. Yeah, so this will store is a Unicode values, means the char will be stored inside the single quotes, that the value will be the single values, but the memory allocation where the data will be stored, so that value will be the Unicode values, which is very long as compared to long and integer or long or type of data. So that's why the char have the 2 byte size, and it will store the Unicode type of values. Also have a boolean have a 1 byte size, which is false and true. So the default value of the boolean is false. So let's discuss the what is the order of the primitive data. So the order of the primitive data is based on their range, that is a byte, short, int, long, float, double. Char in the between the int and long. Why? Because the char, as already I told you, the char has stored a Unicode values, which is a long type of data. So value which you are giving, that is a single values. That is a letter of A, B, C, whatever. What the value which is stored in the memory allocation, that is a Unicode values. So after this, let's discuss the non-primitive data. So the non-primitive data is every class and interface name in Java is known as a non-primitive data type. Example, a string. The default value of a string is none. So definition of the string is whatever the values you are studying inside the double quotes is considered as a string type of values. So the variables in Java, there are the variables are used to store the data. So syntax of the variables is a data types, variables, and data. So the declaration is the data types and variables is called as a declarations, and data types, variables, and data is called as a initialization. Okay. The means sometimes you are writing just data types and the variable length and end with semicolons. So in that condition, that is called as a declaration. And if you are also writing the data as well, it is called as a initialization as well. So after this, we have a types of variables in Java: primitive variables and non-primitive variables. Primitive variables are used to store the primitive type of data, such as the numbers, characters, and boolean. And the non-primitive variables are used to store primitive non-primitive data, such as a string and object reference. That's all about this video. Thank you for watching Smart Education Tech. Just if you like this video, just subscribe it and hit the bell icon and comment if you want to more.